Have you heard about this thing called Arduino lately? Maybe you've seen some projects. What is this Arduino thing anyway? Sounds like a sub-sandwich. Well, in this video, I'm gonna use plain language to tell you exactly what an Arduino is. You'll learn why it's so wildly popular. On to our first topic. I think the best way to explain what an Arduino is by talking about what it's used for. So Arduino is a tool for controlling electronics. So think about a pencil. A pencil is a tool to help you write stuff. You need to write something down, hey. You could grab a pencil. Same idea with Arduino. But Arduino is a tool for controlling electronics. You need to control some electronic stuff, hey. Grab an Arduino. But what do I mean by electronic stuff? Well, let me define two general groups. We've got inputs, and those would be electronic devices that gather information. And outputs, those would be electronic devices that do things. An example of inputs would be buttons, distance sensors, temperature sensors, and buttons, and lots more. And those types of inputs can be read by an Arduino board. Output examples would be like LCD, motors, speaker, and much more. And this is what is used in real life. So Arduino can be used to read inputs and control outputs. So that's kind of what Arduino can do. But how does Arduino work? It works by an Arduino IDE which tells Arduino how to take in input, how to take output, using code in Arduino programming language which is transferred to the Arduino device. The Arduino device is known as a microcontroller. There are many versions of Arduino, but I have an Arduino Uno as its most popular. But why is Arduino so popular, you may ask? Okay, sounds neat. But why is Arduino so popular? Recall that I said the key component of an Arduino board is the microcontroller. Now traditionally, microcontrollers are pretty complicated to use. The user manual for one is easily over 300 pages long, and it's filled with tons of technical terms. But what the creators of Arduino did was make using microcontrollers as easy as possible. So instead of just electrical engineers and computer scientists using microcontrollers, now pretty much anybody can get their hands dirty on them and start building stuff.
So how did they make microcontrollers easy to use? Well, hey, let's go back to that Arduino trifecta. First, the Arduino board itself is designed for ease of use. You can connect it to your computer with a simple USB cable, not like some specialized cable that it would normally take to connect a microcontroller. Connecting electrical components to the microcontroller is also very easy with an Arduino board because they have these plastic holes around the perimeter of the board. They're called headers. And to connect an electrical component to the microcontroller, you just stick the component inside the holes. It's literally that easy. And Arduino also has a built-in external power jack. So when it's not hooked up to the computer, it can still be powered by a battery pack. So that's like the ease of the hardware side. But the Arduino IDE is also designed for ease of use. There's a lot of integrated development environments out there, but the Arduino IDE is built with simplicity in mind. There's no like bells and whistles that kind of get in your way. It's really just a basic window where you type code. And to upload the code that you've written in the Arduino IDE, you simply press a button and it uploads. Finally, the Arduino code itself has functions specifically for things like reading inputs and controlling outputs. If you were to directly program a microcontroller, you'd find yourself constantly referencing the user manual for highly specific information on controlling different things. The Arduino language has significantly reduced that complexity by creating simple programming functions for you to use. In addition, there's many Arduino code libraries that you can install and use. And these libraries simplify the use of all different types of components, from interacting with different sensors to controlling tons of different outputs. So the Arduino hardware is easier, the Arduino IDE is simpler, and the code itself is much easier to comprehend. And that's a big part of why Arduino is so popular. The other reason Arduino is so popular is because there are many people using it, which means there's a lot of examples out there to work with. Also, the Arduino board itself is open source hardware. That means while there is a company named Arduino that makes Arduino boards and supports the Arduino IDE, there are also lots of other companies that make Arduino compatible boards that can also be programmed in the Arduino IDE. So there's this huge hardware and code ecosystem for you to work with. Finally, Arduino hardware is generally pretty inexpensive, and that helps keep it popular as well. So how do you know if the Arduino is right for your project? Well, I have a couple different